Colorado. For those who have not seen, don't follow Truth Social in the wee hours of the morning, the president of the United States apparently does not like the painting in the Colorado state capitol in Denver. As it says here, nobody likes a bad picture or painting of themselves, but the one in Colorado in the state capitol, put up by the governor, along with all other presidents, was purposefully distorted to a level that even I, perhaps, have never seen before. The artist also did President Obama, and he looks wonderful, but the one on me is truly the worst. She must have lost her talent as she got older. In any event, I would have much preferred not having a picture than having this one, but many people from Colorado have called and written to complain. In fact, they are actually angry about it. I am speaking on their behalf to the radical left governor, Jared Polis, who is extremely weak on crime, in particular with respect to Tren de Agua, which practically took over Aurora. Don't worry, we saved it. To take it down, Jared should be ashamed of himself. So, this did, I will say, as a longtime Seinfeld fan, when I saw this painting, it did, of course, bring to mind one of the great episodes ever, in which we got the Kramer painting and spent, quite a bit of time talking about. So look, in all seriousness, I've said this before. I worked for Jared Polis. I was his chief of staff for a period when he was on Capitol Hill. Sean, to me, we just talked about Democrats kind of marrying the base and the middle. One, I think it's just unbelievable that the president of the United States is tweeting in the middle of the night. This is what is on his mind, but he has always been like this. But for Jared Polis, this is a little bit of a moment, right? It is not immigration or crime or kind of substance where sometimes the party struggles going toe to toe with Trump. Jared has a wicked sense of humor. It's very dry. I think people have been most effective against Trump when they use humor and kind of mockery and kind of just most Americans, I think, roll their eyes at this type of stuff when Trump does it. I am really curious now how Jared responds. Does he step forward and kind of troll him back and just, laugh it off? Does he apologize? I think the base would love it if Jared would mix it up over a stupid painting. Sean, if you were press secretary, do you wake up this morning and say, oh gosh, or are you all right?
Oh God, no. This doesn't even rise to that's thank goodness he's talking about that. Obviously this is, as you point out, nothing new. The broader question that you're asking, I think, is an interesting one. What does Jared Polis want? Yeah. Meaning, does he want to be a hero to the progressive left and troll Trump in some way? Or does he say, Mr. President, if you don't like the painting, we'll take it down and we will try to replace it or something? Because I can see there's two ways of playing this, and but we can all admit it is a bad painting. Yeah. And I do wonder why. Was the artist intending to try to make the president look bad? Yeah. So does Jared Polis say, hey, because again, I think this gets back to, probably you know him best, is does he want to be the magnanimous statesman kind of guy that says, this is silly, I want to fight over policy, and if he doesn't like a painting, he doesn't like a painting. There is from a tactical standpoint, you win a few points on a no-brainer, which is, Mr. President, I want to, if that's, I want to reflect or whatever, or does he want to be hero to them? We'll see how he does this, but because I think the funny thing is the third ground is just ignore it and get nothing.
Yep. Now I'll be curious. He's got a little, he had the RFK praising, and then the next day he kind of apologized and walked it back, which I think was the worst of both worlds for him. So again, I think Jared, I don't know if he'll run for president, but I believe he is thinking about it and certainly has a desire someday to give it a shot.